All right, here we are. We are live. It's me. I am making this video to tell my story. It's going to be a hard video. It's not a video I want to make. I promise. But I know in my heart, somebody out there wants to watch this video. Somebody out there needs to watch this video, and I don't know who it is. I understand that this is going to be a long video. If you don't want to watch it, I get it. Come back, watch it in pieces if you need to, or it's not about artwork. It's about me on a personal level and my story about cancer. It's my cancer story. This isn't easy for me to talk about. I'm not doing this for views. I'm certainly not doing it for pity. I am trying not to get too in-depth, too emotional. It's hard. I don't like being on camera unless it's promoting my artwork. But, okay, so mindset. I've had cancer. Okay, let's get that out there. You spit it out there. A lot of people don't know that. I've been trying to talk about it more and more lately because I have been trying to raise awareness more and more lately. I want people to know things. I want people to understand that it's all preventable. It's not a death wish or a death sentence. It's just a disease that can be monitored, taken care of, if you stay ahead of it. And that's what I'm doing, and that's what I did. And before we get too far into the video, I'm okay. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to do this to get a bunch of views. I'm doing this because I know there's somebody needs to hear this. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to put my business on the internet. Not this personal stuff. I talk about it from time to time on some live videos where it's not recorded. But this one's different. Yeah. This video's real. 24 hours ago, I was in one of those ridiculous hospital gowns. Getting an IV put in my hand and getting medicine put in my body. And about 24 hours ago, I was talking to the nurses, the anesthesiologist. I was getting strapped down to an operation table to remove what should be the final piece of the puzzle for cancer in my story. So I'm gonna try to get you back to that point where I'm strapped down, getting forced to take a nap because naps are evil. I'm gonna tell you what led up to that. About 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, is when I got diagnosed with melanoma. I got lucky. Beth got me into my wife, my breath, my support. She got me into see a specialist without having to go through all the loops and red tape of 20 other doctors to remove a mole that we had tried to freeze off on my back. We tried a couple times and nothing would touch it. Like, so annoying. Well, now it just hurt all the time. So we went to get it checked out, and he's like, "Oh, it's just a mole. Take it off, no problem." Then the doctor said, "I would like to biopsy a spot I see on the back of your arm." I'm here for a mole on my back. All right, whatever. They got a job to do, so I'm already here. Let's do it. This was on a Friday. I went fishing. I went fishing with a buddy of mine on a Friday, and I get the phone call on a Friday from the biopsy results, and they said, Mr. Milburn, you have melanoma. We need you in here ASAP to get this removed. And they set up an appointment for like the following Monday or Tuesday. Like they like so quick to get me in there. Very scary. They said this isn't something to play with. Melanoma is the deadliest form of skin cancer. It's a silent killer. Well, there went my fishing trip. It's hard to concentrate on fish when you get news like that. It's scary. And it is. It can be overwhelming, life-changing, and take a deep breath because, you know, you found it. So you're doing the right thing. So I encourage anybody that just to get some random scans. You know, you get up to, especially, you know, any age can get anything, but you get around 40 years old, get it checked. Go ask your doctor, you know, what should I be doing? I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV or the internet, but yeah, get it checked out because that's the only way you're going to know. And that's the only way to prevent things from moving forward and getting worse is by getting it checked. And I was anti-doctor 100%. I bet I went probably 20 years without ever going to the doctor. I didn't do it. I had to have, there was a couple times I would get double pneumonia and get to where I can't move before I would go to an emergency acute care or whatever just to get some antibiotics and get over it. But I didn't go to the doctor. It was against me completely. I didn't care. But I was wrong, especially in this case. Guys, when it comes to cancer, that's the reason I'm making this video. I went in and they removed cancer out of my arm right there. The scar, that's 3 or 4 years old. That scar starts right here and it ends back there. It's, you know, I saw it on the table. It was looked like the size of my finger. They took that much out of my arm, which is crazy for me to think about. You know, that's part of me laying there, but whatever, you know, I'm not used to that kind of stuff. In the scale of, you know, the world, it's nothing. I get it. So, you know, move on. I do my checks after that surgery. Yeah. Do my checks, keep going to the doctor. They keep checking on me. There was a couple of little spots, little moles they removed, nothing major, nothing come back positive or nothing. Everything's good. And then I developed a spot on the back of my neck right here, which I doubt I'll ever be able to get it on camera. Don't know if you guys can see that or not. There was a spot on my neck about that big around. It popped up. I asked the same skin doctor. He said, oh, no problem. I'll remove it. Whatever it is, you know, we'll take care of it right here in the office. He said, it's probably just a cyst. Okay, take care of it. So we did that. He popped it open. He said, well, it's not a cyst, but it is a lymphoma. And that's a scary word because there's a lymphoma and then there's like lymphoma, and lymphoma is completely different, more dangerous. So it wasn't that, it was the other. I don't believe it's cancerous at all, but anyway, we removed it, got it taken care of. Another, you know, being proactive, getting it done. But I have another one on my stomach, excuse me. And then some more issues came, so this story gets a little bit more complex, guys. Last October, my father passed away from colon cancer. Okay, me and him never got along. I'm not saying the world is any worse off for him being gone, but that's a story for another time. But I can't run from my DNA. So if he had it, sure, he's gonna pass everything else down, right? So, all right, all you guys out there, colon cancer. You know what that means. You know what that, you've heard that check, that big red flag go up, and how many times you said, nope, ain't happening. I was that guy for most of my life. No, that ain't happening. That's not going to happen. No, I ain't, no. Is it? But you got to set your pride aside. I look into the eyes of my wife and children. and the embarrassment goes away. Then I have Crazything Army that watches me, supports me, roots me on every day. Can't let them down. Man, there's thousands of them. It's incredible. Whew, absolutely, I don't give myself enough credit on that. How many people I get to touch and impact daily. So, which is another reason I felt compelled to make this video. That is just long and me rambling and me getting this off my chest. I apologize if I get running off one way or the other too far for you, or if I make the video too long, but there's things I gotta say. I wanna say it, okay? So here we go, get through it. So my father, he passed away. And the way I understand it, he died one of the worst deaths you could imagine. One of the most embarrassing, having to have people clean up after him, clean him, give him sponge baths, and him pooping all over himself and in a bag. And he was such a bad alcoholic. He had a feeding tube inserted. His stomach was shot. He couldn't eat nothing. And he was still pouring alcohol in his feeding tube. And like he was just a miserable, whatever. You know, and I would like to say I wouldn't wish that on any man, but that's between him and God. One thing my father taught me, though, is to never be like him. So, that was my wake-up call. And I hope this video was somebody's wake-up call. Talked to the doctor, told him, because I never gave my doctors, in my history, I never gave them my history. I never told them that I've had a grandfather die of leukemia. I've never told them that diabetes runs through my family, that there's heart problems through my family, because I didn't want them to zero in on and find things wrong. So I didn't do that. And I was wrong in that. You need to tell them your family history, because you can't run from your DNA. It don't matter how healthy you are, how much you work out, how much good stuff you put in your body. If you've got it in your DNA, there's still that chance and a higher chance of something happening. So guys, get checked out. Be honest with your doctors. Tell them what's wrong. They've already heard it all anyway. Tell them, don't be embarrassed. So now we set up for a colonoscopy. Yay! Everybody's favorite. And I was scared. Crazything was scared. It's normal. It's okay. If any of you are going through this, message me. I'll talk to you about it. If you're scared, I'll walk you through it. I'll hold your hand if you need me to. I promise. I'll video chat with you all the way up to the point where you go to sleep if that's what we need to do. I'm here for you. So I went and had that procedure done. The prep, getting ready for it, was as disgusting and as you can imagine. Stay close to a toilet. That's the advice I'll give you. Don't go too far from it at all. I'm not going to go into any details there. We've all been in those situations. So, as human beings, went and got it done. Woke up after anesthesia. Wild, ready to go, ready to run. So, scaring Beth like crazy. Like, let's go, let's get out of here. And I did. I was gone. So they found 5 polyps, which could be a lot worse. Again, another scary, holy cow moment. But they removed all 5. Some of them were precancerous. But they said that by removing these, that it took down the risk of more cancer by 85%. Like, that's a big number. We like big numbers when it comes to no cancer. Okay, so you know, A, B, C, D, all these checks, getting them taken care of, and I got one last deal to deal with, which was yesterday. I'm leading you up to that awesome climax of today. Guys, I'm still legally intoxicated from yesterday's anesthesia. I'm not even allowed to drive a car right now. If something was to happen, I would get in so much trouble because it hasn't been 24 hours past wake-up time for my forced nap. Excuse me. Yep, this is me live. Burps and everything from my protein shake. So I'm talking to the surgeon after my follow-up from the colonoscopy, and they tell me everything they found. You know, got gastric reflux or whatever you call it, which we kind of already suspected. So I'm going to work on that, trying to get that calmed down a little bit. No big deal as long as you get it taken care of. But they told me that the problem with having my history is, again, melanoma is a silent killer. And this is what my surgeon is telling me. He said we've got to be proactive. If we see something odd, if we see something out of place, we need to check it, scan it, remove it, whatever we need to do. So you're staying proactive and you're staying on top of it before it ever becomes a problem. And I love that. I was so excited to hear somebody talk like that instead of, well, let's monitor it, come back in a year, let's see what it does, and on and on. She said, we're not doing that with melanoma because you're already a candidate, you've already had it. Means, you know, one reason or another, your body is accepting of that for whatever the scientific doctor, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But guys, it's always going to be scary. We're always going to have something. And if it's, I am Superman, damn it. So, you know, I shouldn't be getting this stuff. And that's the way I was my whole life. But not this time. So, another surgery. All right. That was yesterday. So I'm laying on the table 24 hours ago right now. Surgeon took out everything. I got an incision about that long, I guess, maybe. I'm not going to show you because it's gross. It's all, you know, nasty and can't really clean it. So, but it's about right here on my stomach. It's tender, hurts, to be expected. So as long as the surgeon got it all, which he said he did, then we're done. I should have a clean bill of health. I'm going to the gym. Me and my 16-year-old, me and Alex, we're going back to the gym. We have been actively doing so for a month or two now. I'm going to get back in shape. I have not had any sweets in 2024. I'm changing my diet, changing my mindset, a little bit at a time. If you go too extreme, you set yourself up for failure. So baby steps. But I haven't had any cake, any ice cream, any milkshakes, any candy bars, chocolate. No birthday cake, no donuts, none of that. No desserts, not any, not one, all year round. The sweetest thing I get is my sweet tea that I'm trying to cut back on, and coffee, which is usually on Fridays. Because I don't want caffeine to overtake my addictive personality, which is another awareness video for another time, as I did just celebrate 8 years of sobriety. But I want to do these videos to help raise awareness, and I want to inspire that one person that is still watching this video, almost 20 minutes listening to me ramble on, that it's okay to have a weakness, because cancer don't care. Cancer will take out an infant or a 3-year-old, your best friend, your parents, strangers you don't ever know, and that cancer don't care. There was a part of me that wanted to just let it go. Like those emotions, those thoughts go in your head like, well, what if, how long would it really take? What if I let it go for years and try to take care of it later, or maybe I change my mind later, or what if I just let it go and let it do what it's naturally going to do? And I did. I thought of that. I thought, what if I just didn't say nothing and then canceled all my appointments and just naturally do what it does? And there's a few people I saw on the news. One was a comedian named, I think it was Norm Macdonald. He done that. He didn't even tell a lot of his family what was going on. And cancer had no problem wiping him right out. And then I watched Dr. Dan. That was incredible watching his transformation. He got colon cancer. He was a doctor. He was a chiropractor. He had degrees and just, he was a very intelligent man, very health aware and fitness guy. Like, he got colon cancer and it spread to, I think, his liver and his brain. And within 2 years, he took him from somebody almost my size down to skin and bones and all the way to his last breath. And that was even trying experimental new stuff. Like, it just overtook his body. And it didn't matter how much chemo he did. It didn't matter how he ate, how he worked out. Nothing. Nothing worked. So guys, you know, what if he'd got it checked earlier? So get your checkups. Get your checkup. Don't put them off. Watch this video and call your doctor if you want to. Be proactive in your own health. Nobody's going to be able to do it for you. And I'm in your corner. I'll support you. You need me? Let me know. I've got a whole army behind me. I'll call on them. I know some of them will help you too. None of us are in this fight alone, and there's always hope. So please, please don't feel hopeless. Don't feel helpless. I've met too many amazing people because of social media, because of my artwork, because of my airbrush work. Getting on here, stepping out of my comfort zone and talking to you guys has led me to the most amazing diamonds in the rough on this planet. I'm so grateful for that. That's my biggest mindset all the time, is to be grateful. And I do that every day. I'm grateful for the people I meet, my family, my business, and being able to work at home. And having the support system I have is just, I had my surgery yesterday, okay? I came out here today, and there's a note on my table. It says, I love you. Beth had to have written that right before she went to work. We do that with each other all the time. I like doing it with Post-it notes, little things like that. So I do have an amazing support system. I've got you, anybody that's watching this video this long, oh my goodness. That's support. I don't know how many video views I get, or I will get. I might get 5 views on this video. And I had to get it off my chest. I had to tell my story. I've got checkups to go back to, whether I like it or not. Those checkups are going to be positive. Those checkups are going to be good. And as of right now, I should be cancer-free. I don't know if that'll ever change. And if it does, then I'll stay on top of it. I'll be proactive and I'll kick its ass. Because that's what I do. Count on it. And again, I hope this video has impacted somebody. I know it's not my normal video. I will get right back to those. Now that I've been able to get this off my chest and help that person that needs to watch this, I hope it can inspire that person to go get looked at, go get the test done. Don't worry about the pride. Don't worry about the embarrassment. Don't worry about not feeling like Superman, because I've been through all that. I'm one of the toughest SOBs you'll ever find. And sometimes you just got to humble yourself. I told the nurse that yesterday while I was sitting there in my hospital gown and IV, and she put a little breathing thing in my nose, and my throat's killing me. I know they put a breathing tube in me during surgery, but I knew I had to make this video. But I told the nurse, I said, it really don't matter who we are when we're like this. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I could be anybody. I'm just another body. I'm just another human when I'm laying on this stretcher, on this table. Like, it really humbles you. And man, is it scary. The thoughts that race through your head, you know, they're going to force me to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up, right? You know, it is. It's all, I get it. I've been there. It's so scary. I don't like having an IV with fluids. I don't like having the loopy feeling. I don't like the feel-good medicine they give you and all this. I don't like none of that. I want all natural. I don't like taking Tylenol. I get it. But please, go to your doctors. Be truthful. Tell them all the embarrassing stuff. Your body will give you signs. They can test for everything. Medical technology is crazy. They're cutting off body parts and adding them to other people and making cyborgs out of people. And I mean, there's so much going on. Technology is incredible. Go get checked so that you can come back and check out my artwork. Love you guys. Thank you for all that you do. I can't wait to see you in the next one.